So, I've made another store. As you can tell by my money, it's quite low, but I'm very excited to show you. So, my store is called Chirp Cheap, and it's quite big. I made it quite big. Uh, a bunch of parking lots. They go all across. Over here, I'm planning on making a bus station, but that's around 500 grand. Over there's just a dumpster. But over here is the back parking lot. It goes all the way around, and over here is where I get my semi from. It drops off stuff over there, and you might be able to see it, um, depending on where it is, and it's en route to store. So we're gonna wait here. All right, it's here. It's quite an expensive truck. It's quite big. It's a semi. Loading bay used to be over there, but I've now moved it, and it's became a new selling zone. It used to be right there. It used to be a storage and employee zone. However, I moved it because the semi truck couldn't fit in this small area right here. It was a good move, in my opinion, and I'm grateful that I did it. Over there is the back entrance. And if we go over here, we can go to the front entrance right after I arrest these delinquents. For some reason, these electronic vehicles do not carry any thieves inside of them, so I'm gonna quickly change it to one right here. There's a maximum of 10 per lot, but I mean, less robbers is more money. At the front, we have shopping trolleys right here, baskets that do not show, but over here they do, and more shopping trolleys. As we come in at the left entrance, we are met with cereals and frozen foods, as well as a bench for you to sit on. Very well sitting. Over here we have frozen meats, more frozen meats, ice cream, pies, pumpkin and apple, more pies, sodas, milk, ice cream. I guess I would call this aisle frozen fruits and dairy, but over here, cereal, soda, possibly fruit salad, beans, chicken soup, donuts, Wonder Bread, more donuts, more Wonder Bread, jelly, peanut butter, cereal, Pringles, chips, and 2 shelves of chocolate. Over here, we have our cashiers, and the cash registers allow us to put an item on display. This right here has chocolate for them to buy and to wear out. I have 5 cashiers and cash registers, each of them with their own items. That one has chips, that one has chips, that one has chocolate, and that one also has chocolate. They also have those rubbish bins next to them, for people to throw rubbish on the way out. I don't know why they have rubbish in their pocket. They're not, well, I don't really care. But over here we have, naturally, we're gonna go over here. Over here is clothing aisle. Shorts, shirts, t-shirts, pants, and over to the left we have jewelry. Bracelets, necklaces, rings, earrings, bracelets, more necklaces, and more rings. Over here we have electronics such as laptops, smartphones, tablets, and personal computers. Over here we have the Playbox 6, as well as hit games such as Incursion, Breezeswarm Simulator, Restaurant Tycoon 2, Theme Park Tycoon 2, and Farming and Friends. of the cross-platform, because over here we have the Roblox as well as the games. They share titles, and that's very boring actually. Speakers, ivory cars, some stationery such as binders, notepads, and whatever that is. Over here is some drones, a row of paint rollers, paint brushes, paint buckets, and spray paint. Over here is meant to be RV trucks, but they're not in stock right now. Hopefully they will be soon. But over here is an elevator. We will get to that later, and I'll show you what's inside. Over here is a bunch of furniture, exercise equipment, game tables, beds, nightstands, leg rests, sofas, more leg rests, nightstands, tables, couches, coffee tables, beds. Over here we have the finance reps, where they will talk to you through the window, which I learned from going into other stores, and I realized you can put the chairs behind walls and they will still talk. That could be a solid wall and they will still be able to talk to each other, but I like the way it looks with glass. Over here we have our two managers. I've got two of them, and they buy stuff. Very cool. They buy stuff for the store to stay in stock so that I don't have to do it myself. Over here we have hardware, 2x4s, hedge cutters, chainsaws, some plywood over here. I think it's plywood. I think I called it 4x4s before. We got some saws over here, some drills, and for the most part that's a stock, but if you were to look up, we have this little design on the roof that I like a lot. It's double layered glass, just like that over there. Glass is actually surprisingly expensive, costing around $100 a tile, but I mean, the price looked good, I guess. I don't think it adds any decoration points, but I mean, yeah, just I think it looks good. But over here and over there we have money trees. They increase profits by 2% each, so if I were to sell anything, they would have a 4% increase in sale price, and that's pretty good. And we also have security cameras everywhere to catch those pesky thieves. Back here, we have the employee zone. There's a little bit of storage down here. However, a lot of it is upstairs. Rows upon rows of shelves and boxes. And there's a little tunnel that leads to another elevator, the one that I showed you earlier. It's very useful for the employees to use, so that they have access to the shelves to restock the items on display. Sometimes they need items from over here, but yeah, it's very useful, and I mean, only employees can go up there, so decoration doesn't matter. But that's about it for the store. For some plans that I have in the future, I plan on making like another tunnel that leads from there to here, so that employees don't have to run from here to there, from there to here. Make it easier for the employees to restock their items, and I think it would look pretty cool. Hold on, there's a rubber right there. Over there. Never mind. Another thing I find cool about this game is that you can see what people want when you click on them. So if I were to click on this person, he wants a hella chocolate. I think 16 pieces of chocolate, which is insane for an adult. But yeah, tunnels. Uh, I think I'm gonna make like an entrance there and remove a shelf over here to create an entrance that leads over there. I don't know how I'm gonna fit the elevator, but maybe once I unlock the outer plots with a game pass, it will. I think I can make it look better and make my store bigger. Uh, for the most part, and that's about everything. But these rubbish bins that I've placed everywhere have easy access to dumpsters. And as you can see this janitor do right here, they can empty them. They're placed around the store in places where they are easily accessible for everybody so that they don't leave rubbish on the floor. There's another dumpster over here that I placed so that it's, again, easy for janitors to go to. But I think that's it for the most part. I've showed you all I can. One thing I love about the store is its rating remains 5.0 for the most part, and that number is very satisfying to have. I wish I showed the ratings in this because it's really nice to look at, but throughout this video you may see it drop to like 4.9, but for the most part it's 5.0. It's a 5-star rating. Might add some signs around here saying like frozen foods, cereals, confectionaries, and condiments. Cereals, canned food, condiments, and confectionaries. I really like that I added these little, I forgot what they're called, but I'm just gonna call them awnings. I didn't need inspiration for them. I actually found out about them myself, and it looks better than the bare roof. I might make it a different material, but for the most part, I really like how it looks, and I'm really happy for how it turned out, and I like it a lot. And well, I hope you have a great day.